Hello, lovely student. Welcome to my lesson on methods. But today's lesson is a coding challenge that includes functions, the concept of validation, and your string functions and procedures. Let's have a look at this coding challenge. Okay, so your scenario is a universal product code, UPC. Barcode is printed on items to be delivered. The picture below shows an example of a UPC barcode. The barcode number consists of 12 digits. For example, the barcode number shown in the picture below is 639-382-000-393. The last digit of a UPC is called a check digit. The check digit is used by a scanner to determine whether a barcode is valid or not. So again, you are given a T-edit where the user will input a UPC barcode. The barcode must consist of 12 digits. The last digit is called a check digit. Use the algorithm below to write code for a method called validate barcode. The barcode is passed as a parameter to the method. You must write code to verify the check digit and determine a Boolean value, and return a Boolean value depending on whether the barcode is valid or not. A barcode is valid if the check digit is equal to the last digit of the barcode. So let's look at the algorithm, and you are going to use the algorithm in the process of your function. So you're going to be writing a function, and we all know it is a function because the word return tells you that it is a function. It is returning a Boolean value. The function is bringing in a barcode, and the barcode is 12 digits. So barcode you're getting from a T-edit, but line 1 of the algorithm is going to be done when the function is called on the button validate barcode. And there you'll do an input from the user and you will call your function. So your function coding actually starts from the algorithm line 2. So you're going to create a variable called SumOddPositions, and the variable will be initialized to 0, SumEvenPositions, and this variable will be initialized to 0. You're going to run a loop from the first digit of the barcode to the second last digit of the barcode. If the logical position of the digit in the barcode is even, so if the logical position of the digit in the barcode is even, then you will sum up doing SumEvenPositions is assigned SumEvenPositions plus the digit at that position. Else, if it is not even, if it's odd, you will sum up SumOddPositions is assigned SumOddPosition plus the digit at that position. You will then calculate the total or sum, which is then assigned SumOddPositions, your sum of your odd positions, multiplied by 3 plus your sum even positions that you're getting from here. You would then calculate your check digit, and your check digit is calculated by 10 minus the sum modulus 10. So your sum value modulus by 10, and then you subtract it from a value 10 to get the check digit. Your function will return a Boolean value because you're going to check this statement. A barcode is valid if the check digit is equal to the last digit of the barcode. So if this check digit that you've calculated is equal to the last digit of the barcode, then your function returns a Boolean value. Okay, let's continue. If the barcode is 6393820000393, then the sum of the odd positions, your odd numbers will be, remember, a string starts at index 1. So 1 at index 1, index 3, index 5, index 7, index 9, and index 11. You're summing up those values to give you 32. Your sum of your even positions, you're summing up at every even index. So remember again, a string starts at index 1. So I'm summing up the value, the character at index 2. Remember, a string can consist of numbers. So this value at index 2, I'm summing up. There's your 3. Plus at index 4, there's your 3. At index 6, it's 2. At index 8, it's 0. And at index 10, it's 3. So I'm summing up all the even numbers, the actual values at the index. And that gives you 11. Example of a possible output for a valid barcode. If the UPC barcode entered was this value, then it will be a valid barcode. Because when I sum up 32 plus 11, it's to get your total, it's going to be 32 times 3 plus 11 will give me 107. And then I take the 107 and I mod it by 10, and I subtract, it will give me 7, and then 10 minus 7 will give me 3. So my check digit is 3, and the last digit of my barcode is 3. So if the check digit is equal to the last digit of the barcode, which is 3, then the function will return true. If it is not 3, then the function will return false. Okay, so this is a sample output for an invalid barcode. Let's continue. On the validate barcode button, you must do the following. So on the actual button of your form, you're going to do the following. Enter the barcode using the T-edit box called EDT barcode. Your program must do error checking to ensure that the barcode is 12 digits. If it is not a 12-digit barcode, display a suitable error message and set the focus to the edit box and clear the edit box. So you're going to be doing some validation, and your validation will be, you're going to check that the user entered a barcode that consists of 12 digits. You're going to verify that the T-edit is not empty. And then also remember that you're going to display a suitable error message if it is not a 12-digit number. Remember to set your focus back to the T-edit and to clear the edit box. Call the method validate barcode. Display the barcode is valid if it meets the criteria for a valid barcode. Otherwise, display the barcode is not valid. This is your sample output for an invalid input where it was greater than 12 digits. So if it was 13 or 14 digits, it will say invalid barcode must be 12 digits. Okay, so that was a lovely problem that you had to solve using functions and using validations. And in that particular example, you had to validate the input when the user entered a value and you called your function. In this particular example, question 3.2 on validation, you are writing a function that performs validation. So let's look at this. Write a method called validate account number to receive an account number as a string parameter and return a Boolean value indicating whether the account number is valid or not. So again, you're going to be writing a method called validate account number. You bring in a string value as a parameter, and the function will return a Boolean value. A valid account number must satisfy the following criteria. The account number must have only 7 characters. Must just be 7 characters. The account number must start with a letter. It must be a letter of the alphabet. And remember, it must start with a letter. So the first character of the account number must be a letter of the alphabet. Add a T button onto the form. Use your existing project and call that button validate. On the validate button, you are going to do the following. Enter an account number using an input box. Call the validate account number method. Display the message account number is valid if it meets the criteria for a valid account number. Otherwise, display not a valid account number. I have a sample test data that you can use when you're testing and running your program. If the account number was SHS 2020, it will give you it is a valid account number because it starts with a letter and it has 6 characters. Sorry, it has 7 characters. Okay, 7 characters. The next one, it does not start with a character. It starts with a digit. So automatically it's going to be an invalid account number, but also it has more than 7 characters. Remember, functions are used to break down a big program into smaller sub-programs called methods. And we call a method could either be a function or a procedure. And remember, there's 3 steps. Declare your function or procedure. Your method identification, where you do your coding. And lastly, you will call the function or the procedure. Remember, the function, if it's written and not called, it has no value. I hope you thoroughly enjoy these 2 little techniques that I've created for you. The exercise is rather very stimulating. Have fun, code, and enjoy it. I look forward to my next lesson with you. Stay inspired, stay motivated, and follow me on my next video.